with my friend Andy Samberg, my real life friend. It should be stressed. Hopefully, it's clear to everybody that we are good friends. We talk a great deal. And I have taken to, giving you no warning, I will FaceTime you while we are filming our segment we do on YouTube called Corrections. And I will just call you. You don't know that you're going to be on camera when I answer the phone. But you, about half of the time, you answer.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few times when you tried me and I was in the bathroom and I strongly considered answering.
Yeah.
But ultimately, cooler heads prevailed.
You've
I
always
didn't say what I was doing in the bathroom. Maybe I was checking my phone in the shower.
You hate being alone in the bathroom, it should be noted. So I would imagine I'm not surprised you brought your phone.
Well, thus, Want to Come With, the most classic sketch ever to be on your show.
It was weird that you said Want to Come With and that there wasn't just an explosion of applause. Do you want to explain real quick the sketch you wrote for SNL called Want to Come With?
Yeah, it was based on something I would do while we worked at SNL on the writing floor on writer's night. It was a long walk to the bathroom, so I would ask people, "Want to come with?" so that I wasn't lonely on the walk and subsequent whatever I did in there, you know?
My favorite, the time it happened to me, which is a story I love telling, is you would come in to my office at like 3 in the morning and you'd say, hey, I'm going to the bathroom, want to come with? And I would say, I don't want to come with, and you would close the door, and I had a frosted glass door so you could see the silhouette of the person outside it. And you'd be like, all right, and you'd close the door and you would just stay there.
And then you would eventually go, I can see you, and I go, want to come in?
This was also, talk about hit characters you've done. You came on our show, and you've left this as a, this was a story about, there was a story, a true story about mummies. Some mummies were disturbed. You came on the show as a mummy who was upset they got disturbed because in the disturbing, in the act of being disturbed, that happened.
Yeah. Okay, well, I can see where you're going with this, and it's clickbait, but fine. Okay, we can cut to a close. I'll do it. I'll do it if we can cut you. My doing fell off! Right? That's what everyone wanted, the catchphrase.
Yeah. They wanted, you gave them the catchphrase. We haven't, whenever you're on, I do want to give you the opportunity to maybe walk back some of the crueler things you've said about my dog, Frisbee. You know, I feel like again, because you are a parent now, I feel like you're a more empathetic person. You probably know how hurtful it's been that you said those things.
Right, no. But I will say, I do have a little hot goss to share.
Hot goss?
Yeah, and you're not going to like it. But I do feel like your show is a good place to spill it.
Okay.
The proverbial tea. So it's funny you bring up Frisbee because this past week, Frisbee was actually spotted canoodling with the mummy whose doink fell off. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. They're Instagram official. That's them sharing a milkshake. I assume post-coital, probably just banging into each other. I think there's some more. Yeah, there's another one there in the park. They were having a picnic, probably just had sex together, probably just slamming into each other. They're on the couch, post-coital. Frisbee probably just got reamed. I mean, I guess his doink fell back on. This is probably right after some oral. The doink probably fell back on. Or they might be pegging, Seth. I don't know. They might be pegging. It could be anything. The point is, Frisbee is being sexually satisfied, finally, no thanks to you. And the thing that I gotta say, Seth, the thing I love the most about it all is if you look at your desk, Stefan was right there. He was right there, and Frisbee chose correctly. Frisbee chose the correct choice, okay? Further proving my point that the mummy whose doink fell off is a better and more enduring character than Stefan. I have always said that, and you know that.
I do know this. I've never met anyone who the way you burned me was playing out a scenario where you had a lot of sex with my dog.
Look, I assume this is crushing, and it's great television, you know?
Last time I saw you was emotional to some degree. It was always nice to see you, but we were here with the whole Brooklyn Nine-Nine cast. It was the night the finale ended. I certainly enjoyed having you guys all here. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
It was great. It was so much fun, and it's been weird not shooting the show anymore. I've had a lot more free time. I would say I spend most of my time now working on development.
That's a big LA
developing
thing.
a lot of projects.
Yeah.
I like to say I haven't developed this much since my sophomore year of high school, when my neck grew 3 feet and the rest of my body stayed the same size, and I looked like David Spade's character from Emperor's New Groove turning into a llama. Everybody remembers that, right?
An Emperor's New Groove ref.
But yeah, I mean, this is the time to talk about it.
It is.
But I will say, I've been developing some stuff. It's not just like movies and TV and stuff. I developed a couple ideas for your show.
You did.
Yeah, and I thought maybe I could try them out if you don't mind.
Of course.
Okay, well, like, you know how you do a closer look?
I do.
Yeah. So I was thinking that I could do one. It would be, you kind of do like a deep dive in politics, but I would do more of like a macro view of it.
Okay.
In a new segment that I like to call A Further Look. Okay. Okay, so people in politics are mad, and everyone thinks that they're right, but the people on the other side of the issue that think that they're right. This has been A Further Look.
Really
Okay.
going to resonate with people, yeah.
Yeah, did they play the package on the end of it?
They did, yeah.
Okay, it's hard for me. I can't hear. I assume it's killing. I have another one. Okay, so
There's more?
Yeah, you know how you do a closer look?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do my own version. In a segment that we call A Farther Look. Is the package happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Will you cue me when it's on? Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, see, there's Washington D.C. and that's a lot farther than you're used to seeing it. I think we got another one here. Yes, that's like a satellite picture. That's even farther. That's like very far away. This has been A Farther Look. Are we clear?
We're clear, yeah.
Okay, so I do have one more.
I
have one
know
more.
how I
Okay.
do a closer look.
Yeah, you do a closer look. That's the setup. In a new segment I like to call A Farthing Look. Okay, so that's a farthing. And we're looking at it. That's from 1945, so that's a good one. This has been A Farthing Look.
That's Andy Samberg, everybody. Bacon It! Bacon It is available to stream on Peacock December 2nd.